Welcome to Joanna the Medium Show, broadcast on Ever Beyond Radio and through the Wolf Spirit Media Network, helping you transform from fear to freedom and reminding you of your true power. During this broadcast, we will discuss anything and everything connecting to owning your inner power and the essence of your spirit. We will hear inspiring stories from guests, as well as guidance from the spirit world. Jump on board for this incredible ride. Here's your host, Joanna.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for coming back. And for those of you who are avid listeners, thank you so much for coming back. For those of you who are new, welcome. And I hope all of you will find something interesting here tonight. It's going to be an interesting show. We are going to do readings live with my wonderful guest, Helen Lee-Atkins. I'll invite her in just a moment. So what we're going to do, just right off the bat, what we're going to do is we'll take questions from callers, as well as I'm going to keep an eye on our chat line, which is Wolf Spirit radio chat at chatango.com, I believe. Please forgive me, I'm technologically not inclined. So if you can get on the chat line and pose your questions that way, that would be wonderful, because we will try to do both calls and from the chat. And a couple of things, if we could just have one question per caller so that we can take as many of you as it is possible. And also, please make sure that when you come on air, have your question ready. Have it formulated that way. We're not spending time on that, and we're spending time on giving you the answers. And without further ado, I think that's all I want to say. I'm going to welcome my guest, Helen. Hello, Helen.
Hello, Joanna. Hello, everyone.
How are you tonight? Hello. How are you tonight?
Very good, thank you. I could feel the energy all bubbling in the room. It's amazing, isn't it, Joanna?
I am buzzing. So before we get started, Helen, please just mention your website. What is the address of your website?
Yes, it's www.helenlee-atkins.com.
Perfect. So for those of you who want to connect with Helen, you can go to her website and you can email her for information or just connect with her that way. And of course, my website is www.joannahthemedium.com. And sorry, Helen, did you want to say something? And I think I cut you off.
Oh, sorry. No. I just wanted to also add my email address. It's dearestdarlingspirit@gmail.com. So any viewers can also catch me on there too.
Perfect. And for any of you who don't catch that right away, or we didn't catch that, we'll mention it again at the end, and I may even post it on the chat line there as well. And you can also get a hold of JP. He has all that information for you, and he's going to kill me. So why don't we get started? What I always try to do is whenever questions come in, I always want to phrase it in a way that allows other people to gain information from it. So that way we can connect as many people to an answer as it is possible. So why don't we get started with callers? JP, do you want to start?
Are you ready? Add a group call now. Hello, caller. Can you tell us where you are and what your name is and what your question is?
Hello, my name is Tanya. I live in Victoria, BC, Canada.
That's close.
Hello. Hi. So I do have a quick but very essential and very deep question to me that is very necessary for me to receive maybe some guidance. I'm going through my life transitions right now. Would you please give me some guidance where to maybe take a look, because I'm trying to maybe shifting in my work avenue, my personal life, something like really, really major is coming my way, but I would like some guidance, please. And thank you very much. Thank you.
You're welcome. Helen, is it okay if I start and then you can add on?
Yes, go on, Joanna.
Okay. I'm sorry, I missed your first name. What is your first name, love?
Tanya.
Tanya. Okay, Tanya, do you have a Peter in your life? Because the moment I heard your voice, I heard the word Peter. Are you aware of Peter?
Peter, I've met Peter couple years before in Bali, but just my good friend, but we just friends, and we contact once in a while, but
So you're still connected because he came to your energy right away. So I'm going to see if that's supposed to mean something to you other than just because he's energetically connected to you. I also feel like he's supposed to have a message for you. One of the things that I'm being shown very clearly is this is a time for you to dig really, really deep. One of the things that they're addressing right off the bat is your first and second chakra and something to do with safety and or security. The other thing they're showing me is he's showing me with a book. And I don't know if this is because you're supposed to write one, if it's journaling, if it's something you're going to, it's more that something you need to do versus something that is going to come to you. Do you have any connection with writing a book, writing a memoir, anything of that sort?
No.
So that makes no sense to you?
No. Okay.
Okay, I'm just going to ask if there's any more information here. Okay, he's showing me do you know what a chakra is? Chakra centers? Okay, he's showing me second chakra with you, and he's showing me the sign of money. If you are struggling with any sense of abundance, or if this is an area right now that's being triggered for you, you need to look into your second chakra, and there's some energy here that he's shown me is stagnant, and you need to look at it. So second chakra is all about safety, security. It also connects to creativity, and it often will connect to issues or challenges around finances. Does that make any sense to you?
Yes.
Okay, so if you are in a transition right now, particularly when it comes to career, this is coming up in order to be addressed. Because I feel like you're ready to step onto a platform, and he's showing me as a step up. You are stepping up or about to step up onto something different, and it is a step up, but he's saying to me that needs to be addressed first.
Mm-hmm.
And this is childhood stuff.
Oh. Okay,
Helen?
You mean?
Yes.
Do you have anything? I'm trying to go as fast as I can without...
All right. What I pick up for you, Tanya, is at this point in time, you've been very burnt out in many aspects of your life situation. It's not just one area, it's several. It's also a timeout period for you to do some deep soul searching into addressing. It's not what is always what is needed, but what your heart is saying, your soul is saying. It's there's a pullback to like the past. You know, we always have our own comfort zone, but it's also calling you to push forward, to expand beyond your boundaries. And your guides are saying, just do it. Just trust yourself. You know the direction you want to go, even though you've taken several steps forward, but you step back 3 steps. Am I correct?
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
But just trust and believe in yourself, because this transition is just this cloudy period now. It will lift, and the clarity will be there, and you will breathe.
Okay, so it will be shown to me. Am I understanding correctly?
It's okay. What it is, it's not shown, but you have to start making that bridge to come out of whatever situation or needs to be done to be completed in order for you to totally see clearly, you know, where you're to be, you know, what your next step is. Yes, I know right now is very unsure, unsettling, but it's trust, and you are burnt out. You need to have this time out here to nurture yourself, re-energize yourself, and don't be hard on yourself.
If I may just add, because I feel like, Tanya, you're looking for us to give you something to take right now so you can actually do something practical. I feel I'm really drawn to you needing to write out your emotions and particularly your fears around security. Really, really important. So because what I pulled a card, and one of the card is saying is, this is a time for you to be really, really honest with yourself. And there's an element of you that is keeping you held back. So there's an aspect of you that's holding yourself back and holding you back. So you need to realize what that is. And one of the ways that's practically speaking, once you start getting into your emotional body and start addressing by acknowledging the fears that are affecting you, you'll start to understand what it is that's keeping you from moving forward. It is connected to your second chakra. Okay, and there's definite fear around money here. So fear around money, fear around abundance, fear around prosperity. It's not a logical thing. It is subconsciously driven. So because you are in a transition right now, this is a time for you to address this. And he's shown me very clearly, you are either will be writing something, a book, or you will be addressing this by writing how you feel. It's really important for you to get to the root of this. And he's also connecting your mom to this. So I'm just going to leave it at that because that could be like an hour conversation. I hope that's helpful.
Oh, yeah. I understand. Yes, Joanna, thank you so much. Just like wonderful.
You're very welcome.
Yes, I do.
Right.
Thank
so good
you.
luck, Tanya.
Thank you so much, lady. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Good luck, sweetheart. Good luck.
Thank you. Bye.
Oftentimes these questions are challenging because often is what I see is, particularly when it comes to transitions, and I see this so much right now, where people are transitioning and they're wanting to hear, what do I do? Where do I go? But the message really is, what do you want? And most importantly, what is stopping you from going there? Because this is really a time when we are ready to take on a new journey, but we need to be able to face and understand what it is that is preventing us or has been preventing us from moving forward up until this point. Because until we actually understand it, we'll never be able to overcome it. Oof, there we go. Okay, why don't we take a next call?
Area code 408. Who's that and where are you?
This is Nicole Fournier.
Hello, Nicole.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, hi,
Good. How are you, darling?
Good. I was just asking, I want to know about totem animals, if you believe in them and if I possibly have one.
Doesn't matter whether we believe in them or not, and I'm just going to, Helen, if you don't mind.
Go ahead, please. Go ahead.
Point is, do you believe in them? Because that's what's most important. And number two, what animal are you drawn to the most?
A hawk.
A hawk. Okay, so what you want to do, beautiful. What you want to do is you want to research what hawk represents. And what you'll notice is that this particular animal at this particular time, because that will change. I also see an elephant around you. This animal wants you to, what's the word, please? Own or acquire some of the traits or attributes that the animal has. So it's interesting that you right away connected with the hawk. Now it's up to you to look what hawk represents to you. And that animal energy is trying to connect with you so that you adopt its abilities. And what does hawk do? Hawk is a predator. So obviously you're not going to be a predator, but hawk is very clear in his pursuit or her pursuit, and his sight is extraordinarily sharp. So this is about you being very clear on what it is that you envision for yourself and going for it.
Wow. Okay, that's awesome. That's wonderful.
Okay. Also, if you can look up elephant, I don't want to tell you what that means because that's my interpretation, but look up the animal elephant. There is also a connection with that with you.
Wow, okay. Thank you so much.
Very welcome.
I just want you to know I listen to you all the time.
Thank you so much. That's so sweet.
You're amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a great night.
You too, sweetheart.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
And now bringing in area code 303. You're live on the air.
Yes, thank you.
Hello.
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 What's your name and what is your question?
My name is Michael.
Hello,
and
Michael.
I have a question about my job.
Mm-hmm. What is your question?
Oh, the question is, I'd like to know more if I should stay with my current job or if I should try to find something else.
The fact that you're even asking tells me that you already know. You're just looking for validation. But Helen, do you want to address that? Do you have something?
I just pulled up a couple of tarot cards, and you're proud of what you do, but as Joanna and I sense, you feel that there's it's almost a movement that you feel is needed, but again, it's you deep down already know the answer. And the validation is the cards that came out with the Tower, and that means, transformational change. And the Death card is another transformational change.
Wow, double whammy.
Deep down is you have to come to terms with that and say, am I ready to go to the next challenge?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but
I'm curious what the Joanna thinks, because I had a reading with Joanna in the past, and she was right about my future, about my career, and my life is getting better, and the relationship and everything. So, but I'm curious because I don't want to influence with my opinion. I want to just get her feel as well. So if I'm going to get something there, which I'm still hopeful.
Michael, and so what I'm going to say, and thank you for saying that really means a lot to me, but here's what I always want to leave you with, and everyone who's listening. I want to leave you with an understanding that you are a powerful being and you have the ability to create, and therefore you have the mechanism, as is intuition, that tells you certain things. Now, you're wanting to get validation, and that's perfectly normal. We all do it. But just as Helen was mentioning, the very fact that you're asking, should I stay or should I go, tells both of us that you already know what the answer is. You're just afraid of making the first step. And that's okay. If that is what you're fearing, acknowledge it, and then life will show you the next steps. So, Helen and I are on the same page, and to get a Tower and the Death card, it's a bit of a double whammy. It basically says you're kind of done with where you're at. It's time to move on. And this is a very exciting opportunity for you that I feel is awaiting for you. It will require you to do some work on yourself, particularly believing in your own abilities. But if you're looking for a validation, both Helen and I feel that your time there is nearing its end.
Right, but Joanna, you see, I feel very positive that I might get promotion, something where I can move up. That's how I feel it, because,
But that's a change. But that is a change.
The company.
But that's a change.
At the same time I understand that I'm so much capable that I can probably go and find something outside, but I am actually waiting and see what happens inside instead of going outside. You see my point?
Well, I see your logical point, but your intuition is trying to prod you in a different direction. So this is one of those situations where I truly believe that no reputable medium or a psychic will tell you what to do, because that's actually taking the power away from you and disempowering you. This is about supporting you and helping you make the right decision and choice for yourself based what you feel is right now going on within you. Now, that may mean that you might be ready to move on at some point, and it may mean that there is some time required before you make that first step. But no one in this world can tell you what you should or shouldn't do, if that makes any sense.
No, absolutely. I agree with you, but same time, sometimes people like you can show the path, right? So not necessarily exactly, but
I think people like Helen and I can give you supporting information to help you make the choice, but I won't take the prize of saying I know the future, because your future is written by you.
Right.
So I hope that helps. But from what Helen was saying, it's that energy is ending.
Okay, so something new is coming, right?
One way or another, something is changing, yes. But it's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
Everything will be positive. It's just you have to take on the personal responsibility for your own choice, for your life, and that's your power within your own spirit to do that.
Oh, absolutely. Always.
Oh, yes, it's absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's exciting time for you. That much will tell you.
Michael.
Yes. Okay, Michael.
Good luck.
Sure.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Bye. Okay, why don't we take a question here from the chat line? I'm just going to go quickly scroll here because the questions are in capitals. Okay, so, question from Jess Peyton. Joanna, I'm not sure if I had a call. Please guide me regarding my health and my current job. I need to get another job and I want to have another baby. Okay, that is, okay. So, Jess Peyton, let's just try to disseminate that question into parts. So, one of the first things that you're asking is, please guide me regarding my health. Now, I don't know if your health is connected to your current job, so I'm going to tune in here. And one of the things that I'm shown right away in my mind is a tower falling. So it's interesting. We talked about at the very beginning about transitions. Many people are in transitory space right now. So, but what I want to address here is the energy with which you asked the question. I need to get another job. I want to have another baby. It feels like it's a sandwich of a lot of things that is based on fear here. So what I would ask is, you need to ask yourself a question. What is the most important thing for me right now, and what is it that I'm afraid of regarding this particular thing? Because when I look at that question, I feel like it's a composite of, I see it like a sandwich. Helen, do you know what I mean by that?
Yes, I feel very much what's happening in her life situation at this moment is there's so much demand in all these different sectors of her life. She wants this, that it's just trying to find the balance at this moment for herself first. And then...
and maybe that's why I'm seeing the tower. It's leaning on to the side, suggesting that there is some much needed resolution that needs to take place before you take next steps towards the baby or towards another job. And I wonder if that has to do with the health.
I pick up
now because I have no way here of knowing. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, can I just interject it? I heard from Spirit, divine timing is going to be in place because there's so many areas just that's grabbing her attention. But at this time, divine timing will put everything in its place.
I feel when I tune into just to you, I feel panicky, which tells me that there is a lot of an anxiety going on within you. Typically, when we have an anxiety, it is almost always because it is based in a fear of some sort. So what you need to look at is what is the most important fear that you are dealing with right now, or what is being triggered right now, because I feel like she's trying to grasp into all these things to help her get out of something, but that something won't help her to get out of anything until she figures out what the core issue here is.
That's very correct, Joanna. Yes.
So just, I don't know if that helps you. If you want to comment below, that would be great. But that is what I see. And then what Helen, you just said, divine timing, right?
Yes.
I feel like I just need to really relax here and just go, okay, wait a minute, one step at a time. What is it that I want to conquer first? And what are the fears surrounding it? This is about survival to me. I don't know. They keep saying to me survival.
That is the core of human nature. We have to satisfy that need, and that comfort, that security, foundation first.
Yeah, and I literally feel like I'm in this abyss, and I'm trying to grab something to take me out of this, whatever that is that's sucking me in. So, Jess, I hope that helps. It's not a concrete piece of, information, but I don't know how else to say it. Mm-hmm. Divine timing. That was great, Helen.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Thank you. Well, good luck, Jess.
Good luck, Jess. Okay, let's take one more question from chat line. Okay, so I've got one right here. What is the message and advice Spirit Guide of Light and Love want to tell me during this September? Okay, Bilkso theory. One of the things that I hear right away is be patient, but I know that's not what you want to hear. Oh my God. Okay. I also see that there is you need to sever some attachments or distance yourself from something or someone that is draining your energy. And I hope you understand what this means. I'm not being shown who or what the situation is, but there's a definite severing of something that is required from you in order for you to move forward with something. Helen, do you have anything?
I picked up this message that this person needs to set their priorities straight. I just feel very much it's not that it's scattered. It's sort of some ideas here, some things here. It's just setting their main priorities straight in life at this moment in time. It's not. I would say it's a huge transitional time, but it's sort of unclear. I feel very much that there is light at the end of the tunnel for this individual, but again, there's a lot of blessings to be counted. Yes.
We just got back some information from Jess. I'm not going to say what it is because it's very personal, but I see why there was a panicky feeling here, and now I understand. Yeah. So, Jess, because of what you wrote here, and I'm not going to say out loud, you need to deal with that core fear. And that's what I was feeling, this abyss that we are getting sucked into, and there's this panic of all these things. So you need to resolve some of the fear that connects to what you just wrote to me and find some... comfort is a stupid word to say, but find some peace with that, knowing that there was nothing you could have done, or there was nothing that you could have prevented. It was just the order of the way things were, and next time, it will be different. So I hope that helps. Okay. All right. Let's take another caller, shall we? God, time is going fast, man. Yes. JP?
Area code 908. You're on the air live with Joanna and Helen. Who's that? Where are you?
Hi. Hi.
Hello.
Hi, Joanna. Hi, Helen. How are you?
Hello.
Good, how are you?
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you for such a beautiful live session. So my question here revolves around my relationships. As in, I've been very unlucky in love relationships, to be honest.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Okay, right away, can I just tell you right off the bat what they're saying to me? You need to look at your relationship with your father.
Okay.
Okay, and all the way back to about when you were 6 or 7 years old, you need to look at a relationship with your father and what that relationship was between you, and also what you have experienced. I've seen around your father in a relationship with your mother.
Okay.
Okay, there's an underlying fear here. Okay, because they're showing me when it comes to relationships, you have a tendency to, could be subconsciously push them away. Would you understand what I mean by that?
Not exactly, to be honest.
Okay, so when you look at relationships and you go through some of the patterns that are similar in your relationships and ask yourself what is similar in all those relationships and how you have contributed to them, you'll notice that there is a tendency for you to push them away. It's based in a fear. You do it to protect yourself, but you push them away.
Yes, you're right. I kind of like, I'm careful, like, I'm careful. I'm careful as in like, I'm scared of getting hurt. Obviously, everybody has that fear in them.
Yes. So you need to heal the relationship with your father as far as that little girl, because that's still holding you back. That's what's holding you back.
But I have a very good relationship with my father, to be very honest. With
you do now, but that is not what you witnessed, and that's the emotion that you're holding on to. It's not a logical thing. It's subconsciously rooted.
So I just have to what do I have to exactly do to get over this thing? Because I'm getting like a lot of negative stuff when it comes to love relationship with people I like, and I don't get that love in return. So I'm looking for somebody.
So what is your belief about deserving of being unconditionally loved? What's your belief around that?
I mean, like, selflessly, I give my 100% in a relationship, and I don't get that. I don't even see a little bit of effort being done in reverse.
So what you need to ask yourself is, what is it within you that is subconsciously driven that is making you attract these relationships to you to prove this to you? There's a feeling of unworthiness going on here.
True. True.
I know it's true. Listen, you can fool everybody, but you can't fool spirit. So what they're saying here is you need to address the underlying core, and there is a fear around a father figure. Doesn't mean you have a bad relationship. It could be, your relationship with your dad could be phenomenal. It is what you've experienced when you were young as far as relating to him and him relating to your mother.
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm talking about?
Yeah. So do you think would that help with my current relationships with my, people I like, as in not just like fatherly relationships, but then like in genuine romantic relationships?
It affects all of your relationships. The reason why you have a tendency to push them away is because there's an underlying emotional subconscious belief that you are not deserving of it. Was your dad emotionally very close to you when you were growing up? No.
Yes. Honestly, I am the pampered one. So yes, I'm the one who's being nurtured most by my parents.
By your father and
Exactly. My father, to be very honest. Yes.
Well, you always be honest with me. I mean, listen, I could be wrong.
Yes. I'm his girl. Like, he's loved me like anything. Unconditionally, I would say.
Okay. So I'm going to challenge you on this, and that's because I know this like the core of my head. If you are attracting relationships that give you nothing and you give everything, and you are a product of your environment upon which you create your experiences, what you're telling me makes zero sense. So I'm going to challenge you on this.
So,
did you feel 100% unconditionally loved and emotionally supported when you were growing up with your father? I'm not saying he was a bad guy. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what's being said here.
I would say. Kind of, yeah.
What does that mean, kind of?
Kind of means, I was pretty intelligent, good in studies and all this stuff. So he kind of supported me because he knew he's investing or he's, pampering the kids. He knows he's going to get results from. Do you know what I mean?
That's not unconditional love.
That's what I'm saying. That's kind of. But he supported me throughout anything, any decision I made. Even till later, if I say I don't want to get married or something, he's like totally fine with it. He's like, okay, go for it. Like,
Helen, you understand what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Helen, you understand what I'm talking about?
Yes, I'm here. I'm just, again, can I just
do you want to just...
Yes, I just want to just add, can I say the love relationships you've had in the past, they seem to be in the same pattern, even though they're different men, different situations, but there's an underlying current amongst this, not only like you just shared that you've you give 100%, 200%, and your partner's not, even making it equal. But at the same time, the fear base that I sense or pick up, energetically from you is, can you answer honestly, are you ready to accept a love unconditionally and without judgment from another individual?
Yes. Honestly, I was recently involved with somebody, not involved exactly. I like this person, and this person had a pretty bitter past. So I was like, okay, I'm going to accept this person the way he is because I liked him. I mean, of course, yeah. So yes. So to your question, my answer is definitely yes.
Good. What happened?
Things didn't move on. He didn't actually did anything for me. You know what I mean? At least, I'm the one who's doing everything for him, and he's having his bad past, I understand, but he has to tell me everything about him, right?
Okay. So can I ask, why are you doing everything for him? He's not a 2-year-old. He's not a 2-year-old.
I'm sorry?
Because she's trying to get his emotion, his affection.
Yes,
that's what it is.
Yes. Love, or
that's what it is. Yeah. It's what we were talking about earlier. Yeah. So, both Helen and I will leave this with you because we can go on with this for a while, but you are experiencing a pattern that is based on the way you feel about yourself subconsciously, and it is connected to your relationship with your father. Not saying that that was bad. It has nothing to do with this. Your father's love towards you felt conditional to you when you were growing up.
Yes.
Thank you. And as long as you keep denying this, you will not get out of the pattern, so stop denying it.
Okay.
Take care of number 1. Love yourself. Take care of number 1.
You still think that in order to be loved, you have to be this, or that. So you keep doing and doing and doing, and it's never enough.
Yes. Absolutely.
And this is what I know I'm right. And this is what you had to do in order for your dad to be happy with you. Doesn't mean he didn't love you. It was just his way.
Yes. Okay. So therefore, as Joanna was just saying, it's on the subconscious level. It's come second nature. Not that, you're a beautiful person inside and out. A lovely, lovely person.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I hope that's helpful. You deserve best.
I hope that's helpful.
Thank you.
Yes.
Lots of love. Bye-bye.
Best of luck. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. I get these, I get this often, and I always appreciate when somebody says, no, my life was wonderful. I had a lovely childhood, but I can't find love. Every time I'm connecting with someone, they always prove that I'm not good enough. And I'm going, what you're saying makes no sense. So it's always based in our subconscious beliefs. We're a product of our environment. And unless we allow ourselves to be very, very honest with who we are and what we bring to the equation, choosing to not look at it will never set us free, ever.
Yes, but Joanna, it takes the brave and the courageous to actually recognize it and embrace it and to move away from that shadow.
And I guess yes, to answer, I guess, to your comment, yes.
Mm-hmm. Hello?
Right?
Joanna?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Sort of.
One another call?
We're still here. Yes, please.
Yes.
Area code 323. Good afternoon. You're on the air with Joanna the Medium and Helen. Could you turn off your radio, please?
Can I tell you the radio?
That's fine. Hello, what's your name?
Yeah.
Edith?
Hello, Edith. How are you?
Edith.
Hi. Hi, good, okay. I'm so excited to be on the air with you guys.
Oh, likewise. What's your question, darling?
Mainly about my past relationship to see if that will work out. I guess I'm not really sure how it will plan out. I feel like at times, we go back. It's been a very long relationship, and I'm at the point in life where I don't know if I should move forward or if it will ever work out.
Helen, do you want to start, or do you want me to start?
Oh, I can jump in. So, Edith, can I just ask the question, are you still in a relationship, or has it ended?
No, we've separated.
You're separated.
It's ended, yes, but we stay in touch.
All right. That's wonderful. I'm just going to just pull some cards out very quickly.
Okay.
All right. Home base is very important to you and your partner. I feel very much there still is some unfinished chords or unfinished business because you still wish to work on the relationship. Am I correct?
Yes.
Yes. And the other part, and your partner is in a way, but he just needs that time to just to have a little clarity. Am I correct?
I believe so. Yes.
Yes. I know a lot of times.
Very vocal.
Oh, all right. So I feel there's a lot of inner conflicts and unsurety on your side of it all. You can't push for things to happen. A lot of times it takes two individuals to make a relationship, and working on a relationship is hard work itself. People change or they either grow together or else they grow separately. So in this time period now, it's just nurturing yourself. You know, maybe picking up on things that you put on the shelf. You need to find yourself again, because you are not the same person you were when you first were in the relationship. We all grow.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Again, it's easier said than done, but it needs internal growth for yourself now, to be with just your individual self, plus also, friends, your support group, just to nurture, just to re-energize yourself. Because I think I believe very much your focal point has changed in many directions.
If I may just add, they're showing me a sign of transformation with you, which is also the proverbial inner death. Would you say that you're coming to a point in your life where you are finally, and possibly for the very first time, are truly comfortable and being very honest with yourself and therefore with others?
Yes,
okay.
I do.
That is huge for you. That's the liberation. When you are truly and authentically yourself to yourself and to others, other people will tell you and show you where they are in respect to you. So what they're saying here with this relationship, although I do see that there is some headbutting going on, it's not unusual. It's actually a normal part of everyday life. But the message for you here is to stay true to you without compromising yourself in the process of being in that relationship. Okay, because that has apparently been the struggle with you. Would you understand that?
Yes.
Okay.
I do, yes, and I agree.
So this, you will notice that as you go through this transformation, as you go through this death and rebirth, as you become much more comfortable with yourself, you will have a tendency to be much more comfortable, period, and therefore your reality around you will reflect that, including your relationships.
Okay.
Okay, so that doesn't necessarily answer the question, with this particular partner, but what they're showing me, in general, there's going to be a lot more peace around you. So if this person is meant to be part of your life, that will be shown to you, but this is really about you. Your lesson in this, if you will, is to remain true to yourself without compromising in the process while you are in a relationship, and that has been, quote unquote, your downfall. I think it's for most
agree.
people. Okay.
I think in the last couple of months I've felt feeling closer with myself, realizing things myself more. And I have been feeling that, like I need to meditate and be more involved and invest in myself to find that inner peace.
Yes. Excellent.
Beautiful.
You're finding your new self-identity now. Excellent.
Yeah.
Edith.
Yes.
And one of the cards the card that came for you is poised, meaning you are in a perfect place to start attracting the peace that is connected to your inner peace. And it'll be shown to you what that is, whether it's with this partner or not. They're not showing me that, but they're saying that is really irrelevant, because at the end of the day, you want to be happy in a harmonious, loving relationship, right?
Yes, I agree.
Right. So thumbs up to you. You're right in a good place.
Yes,
Best of luck, sweetheart.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You're welcome.
All
You
right,
too.
good night.
Thank you.
Okay. Shall we take, I'm just trying to look here. Let's take a chat question. Okay. Joey. Hello. I'm feeling lost and my soul feels heavy. I know the feeling. I know if I can fix this, everything else will align. What can I do to get my joy and spark back? Thank you. Joey, there's something that, for a couple of things. Nurture is coming to me, meaning you're trying to get, how do I say this to him, please? They're saying to me, you're trying to pretend to be somebody you're not. Okay? So I guess the translation of that would be, if you are, again, similar message, if you are not being honest and true with yourself, and therefore you will not show the true self to others, the joy will be gone, because you're a circle and you're trying to fit yourself into a square. It ain't gonna work. Okay? Because they're showing me that you're trying to, it's like you're trying to eliminate a part of you or bypass a part of you that is very important aspect of who you are, but you're not sharing that with others. Helen, do you pick up anything on that?
The message that Spirits just downloaded to me is, Joey's trying too hard to please others. There's a need to get back to her true self of just following the heart and what is right. It's just too much of a people pleaser, too much of just trying to be out there to impress while they're not happy within themselves. Do you understand what I'm trying to say, Joanna? It's
yes.
All
and
the information is coming very, very quickly. I just feel very much there's a lot of internal conflicts within Joey. I feel very much there's times when it's happy and then sad and it's just unclear. But again, it all comes back to just being themselves and finding the right tribe or friends or family members that can truly understand them and accept them unconditionally without judgment.
Yeah.
And that's that's what we all crave for. Every human being wants to have that.
Exactly. And it seems to be the energy of creating this inner dissonance, if you will, in order for that to be very apparent, because when it becomes very apparent, we take notice. And when we take notice, we can then start the process of transforming this, not by killing it, ignoring it or denying it, but by embracing it and learning how that can be our strength versus what we perceive it to be a weakness. And Joey says yes, so I'm glad, Joey, that's
good. Thank you. Awesome. Joey just needs to be herself.
Yeah.
And not try to be anyone else.
Yeah, and that is a message to every single one of us. And I think most of us do it to some extent. I have done it most of my life. That has been my disease. But that's why I do what I do, because it's about empowering. So, okay. We've got, 5 minutes. Okay. Shall we take another caller?
Yeah, we can take another caller when another caller calls in. It's dropped off a little bit, but it's going to,
Okay.
We did have people every 5 seconds, so you can't get more intense than that, I have to say. So even, you just have a little breath.
Okay, so
yeah, everybody should take a breath.
We can always have a question from a chat line. Okay, so question from Garsu5323. And the question is, I was wondering if you see things changing for our family situation here in BC. Wondering if my daughter, 10.5 years old, is going to live with us sometime this school year. Okay. Well, I just heard the word move. So I don't know if you are contemplating a move or if there is a move coming up for you. He's also showing me things are wrapping up. So I wonder if you have been feeling that there is a need for you to move to a different location. He's showing me a sign that says wrap it up, and I don't mean the show. It feels like a location thing. I'm not being very clear. Are you picking up anything on that, Helen?
When you were reading the little synopsis on the chat, I just pick up a lot of struggle and conflict at this moment in time, but the huge message is loud and clear. Change is needed, and will be good.
Yeah. So similar message. The second part of the question is wondering if my daughter, 10.5 years old, is going to live with us sometime this school year. Those are hard questions, especially when they talk about kids. I almost don't want to know the answer sometimes because I don't want to, not getting a clear yes.
No, it's just, if it is, there will be a lot of other factors that will contribute to it. But at this point in time, I don't pick up anything. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. We have our caller.
Yeah. Sorry. I hope that helps.
Yes.
Hello, caller 614. Hello. Where are you?
My name is Rael, and I just wanted to know if there was any advice or guidance that Spirit would like to tell me at this time for this month.
The moment I heard your voice, I heard school. Are you in the process of going to school, or have you been contemplating education?
Yes, I've been contemplating on it.
Okay, do that. Well, that was a very, very clear answer. Thank you. Let's just say, do more than contemplation. I think it's going to come to you very clear in the next few months, but that feels very definite to me, in the next little while for you. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Helen?
I just pick up, as well, you were just speaking with Joanna at first, from Spirit it says, what are you fighting against? And then it's saying, put in the hard work now, because in time it will all pay off. Okay?
I think, when it comes to school, I wanted to be a psychologist, but I just didn't find the passion in the classes anymore, and so it kind of it kind of disheartened me, it just kind of gave me a little depression, because I was really passionate about it, but the teachers wasn't really passionate themselves, so it didn't give me that drive to continue.
Yeah, it feels like the road where you took your courses, it has to do something with the entity or the school you went to. I still feel they're showing me there's a lot of books around you. As a matter of fact, one of the cards you have is building blocks. You were in a process of starting to build your foundation. And I feel the people you were connected with were not as connected to this as you were, and that's very obvious because you just said that. So sometimes it's just about finding the right environment that will support you energetically with what it is that you're trying to accomplish. But the message here is do not give up.
Yes, do not give up.
Yeah, and the other card you have is no place like home. I feel this is, and I don't like calling it that way, but I feel this is your calling. This is your calling. You're meant to help people. It doesn't have to be in a traditional way. I never went to the traditional psychology school. I took, other programs and diplomas that were non-traditional. So you may find that you are drawn into other modalities that are not necessarily traditionally based.
Okay, I resonate with that. Thank you.
Perfect. You have a lot of healing around you. Yeah, I see a lot of pink around you as well. So, best of luck, sweetheart.
Yes,
Thank you.
good luck.
Good luck. I think we're done. Oh my gosh.
Wow. Well, that went fast.
I know.
Listen, you need to have a 2-hour show when you do this kind of thing. There's never enough room. Anyway, it's been brilliant. Thank you very much, Joanna, and thank you very much, Helen.
Thank you, Alka, so much. Helen, again, what's your website?
Okay, it's www.helenlee-atkins.com. or my email address, dearestdarlingspirit@gmail.com. Hope to hear from you soon.
And mine is joannathamedium.com. And thank you so much for joining us. And I hope to hear from you in the next 2 weeks or in 2 weeks' time. Good night, everyone. Bye.
Good night. Bye-bye.